Is it 11:59? Let me check my wrist.
I don't know. Is it?
It's
it
always
doesn't tell me here.
11:59
Are
in
you
this room.
trying to tell me you don't have a joke to start off the podcast?
Oh, I don't have a joke.
This is the Midnight Gamescast, where we record every Monday night at midnight and then bring it to YouTube every Tuesday as the weekly wrap-up, every Wednesday as video game
YouTube
falls, and then every Thursday as the topic of the week. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one, great one, phenomenal, excursional one. That's not a word.
All right, don't build it up too much.
Yeah.
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 They're going to be real bummed when it sucks.
Right?
As always, my name's Brian Paul, and to my right, your left, Jeremy King.
Well, like always,
I'd
like to start this week with a little inspirational quote. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Who said that?
Herbert Hoover.
Buddha.
Helen fucking Keller. She discluded everybody. Can't be seen or touched, even herself, because she was blind.
That was
with the heart.
It's kind of unfair, don't you think? It's like she has no idea.
What kind of
It's
paper?
a little one-sided.
It's one-sided.
Michelle.
It's biased.
It's one-sided.
What kind of paper did she write this on?
Bible paper.
Bible paper.
Certainly not trace paper,
Full
right?
Not trace paper. Don't use them all. We're not
No.
on true and false yet.
Well, she can't see.
I should have never showed
trace?
you the list.
Oh, that was a good list, yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
It's very good.
And by
list.
thank you, I mean thank Google and
Yes.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, there was so many good papers on there.
Yeah.
Thank Google, who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. And to my left, you are right. Michelle Baracchioni.
Hey, I would like to personally thank Brian Smith for filling in for me last week. That was really cool of him. I wasn't able to make it. I'm glad you guys went on without me. But yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, I just saw Brian earlier, and he wanted to say thank you for having us on, for having him on here,
yep.
right? And also he wants to say hello to all of his new loyal fans, right? So Brian Smith, thank you for filling in. Super duper last minute last week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was really last minute, wasn't it?
Chinese food. The next day at my work,
Chinese food.
Not me, but several people, all on their own spontaneously Chinese food, and they haven't in a while.
I thought I was going to say spontaneously combusted.
No. That'd be
Why
epic.
did you think that happened?
I would have a little bit of a dust to
Why
show you.
no?
And I scraped off of one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Like burnt twig.
If you're still watching, comment below. Still watching.
Still watching.
We need that reassurance.
Yes.
Because we're not sure why you are.
Oh,
no, whatever. That was supposed to be funny. Dark humor. Yeah, I feel bad for us. Okay. I also want to give a shout out to Davestation VR, who is still, for some unknown reason, making awesome content for our channel and, of course, his channel. Check out his link in the description. He does the VR Let's Plays on our channel. He did How We Soar like a whole week before it came out because PlayStation Store screwed up, and some people accidentally were able to download it for a short amount of time. I'll be able to tell you more about that in the upcoming days. Hey.
I just want to say that, Dave, we just sent you a shirt and some pens, so enjoy. It's on the way as of today.
Without Parole Games pens are the coolest.
Yep.
Probably the coolest pens I've ever had in my life.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to use them too much because I don't want the ink to run out.
Yeah.
Make true and false lists for us, and we'll give you pens.
That's right. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We'll send you stuff if you make true or false lists for us.
Nice
but we'll
mug.
talk more about that tomorrow on Video Game True or False. Mm-hmm. For the meantime, what else do we need to pimp here? Support us on Patreon if you like what you see. Throw us a few bucks. We'll be coming up with Patreon perks soon.
If you like what
Can we
you see, right?
Can we pimp you if they don't support us on Patreon?
Yes.
If they don't, then you're gonna have to pimp me because I don't know where the money's coming from otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think not them.
Guys, how do you think we should begin this episode?
Like we begin every episode
Duh.
with a little game of
Yeah, what's it called?
should we or shouldn't we?
And that's what is that? What is should we or shouldn't we?
I don't want. What?
It's where we each week. Wait, what is it that you need you to say?
Every week we put
rely.
30
We
seconds
rely.
up on the clock, and then we put the clock up on the counter per Jeremy's instructions.
For my instructions.
And then we have 30 seconds to tell you, the loyal viewer, whether you should or should not be watching or playing the things that we've been watching or playing this week.
Wow.
who would
Jeremy,
like
would you like
go
to go first?
First.
Yeah, sure.
Sick
I'll go.
Okay. Lady. On your mark, get set, go.
All right. So I've still been playing Watch Dogs 2. And in there, so you progress kind of like, you know, level-wise. You can hack a little bit more. Anyways, one of the abilities I have right now is where you can, like, target cars and hit the L1 or maybe the right, you know, the left bumper, whatever, Xbox or PlayStation. And you can either make it go, like, if it's parked, go forward for a few seconds, backwards, left or right as a distraction, right? So you can also do it to moving cars. So...
And stop. 30 more seconds.
We should just start doing a minute.
Because I don't know what he's talking about.
No idea yet.
Yeah.
What are you moving forward and backwards on your mark? Get set,
find out.
go.
So I'm running down the street, and I kind of started feeling awesome. So I was targeting the cars that were coming at me, and I was hitting, like, for them to go left or right. So I'm running, they're coming at me, and then, you know, and they skid off the side of the road. And
I feel like we have to be there.
Yeah. So and then it was awesome. A motorcycle went by the other side, and then I targeted it, and I hit so that he would drive off to the right. And he slammed into a parked car. And he went flying up and landed in front of it. And I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, you are.
And the motorcycle, and I was like, that's awesome. So I stopped and I'm watching. The motorcycle was on fire. I'm like, this is going to be fucking great. So he's laying there and he starts to get up. The motorcycle blows up. He flies. This dude's car blows up. He flies out of the car. And the car behind it blew up. But that character just slumped over the wheel. It didn't jump out. And it was awesome. It was great. That's all. That's what I did this week. That was the other night.
Wow.
I thought it was great. I wish I could have recorded it. It was great.
Like, I feel your energy from here. Yeah. You are beaming right now with energy.
I was cracking up as it was happening because I knew it was, like, I was conducting it. You know what I mean? Like, I was God. I'm like, this is going to happen. Yes! And then the next thing, you know? Oh, it was great.
This is how you should feel when you play video games.
Yeah. All right. So there was my minute and a half.
So it sounds like a should we? A big should we?
Yeah, it's
a big we should.
Actually, he hated it. Yeah.
Yeah, but not anymore. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because Final Fantasy's technically tonight.
Oh yeah,
that's a thing.
When people are watching this, they should have access to Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a
Are you
second.
playing that tonight?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Should I go next?
Sure.
I should.
Yeah.
On my mark, get set, go. Nope, go. So I've been playing Pinball FX2 VR, which for anyone who's ever played a pinball game on PlayStation 3 or 360, it's Zen Pinball, like the good pinball series. But now it's in PlayStation virtual reality, and it's awesome.
That must be pretty neat.
It's pretty neat because like you do feel like you're kind of hunched over the table. You feel you do lose a lot of like the great thing about Zen Pinball was always that it was in 1080p and like super high res. Awesome. I'm just gonna go for a minute. Yeah, you both agree?
Yeah.
All right, good. It was always like these super high res detailed tables, and like that was the cool thing. It was like replicated awesomely on your HD screen, but like so you lose all of that in VR because you know you get that kind of blurry haze. Mm-hmm. But it's so much cooler because like there's all these things happening around the table and they're kind of like distracting you, like UFOs neat. Are fighting with fighter jets and like there's a big snake coming around the table and there's a zombie attacking Clementine on the Walking Dead table. It's neat. Yeah, it's all very cool and well done. Wow. And I'm done. You should. Yeah.
How much is it?
Yeah.
Check out my review on Without Parole Games. It is it's 15
ranges.
It's 15 for like the base game that gives you like 3 tables.
Okay.
Then it's another 25 for the season pass, which gives you 5 more tables. And then it's I think $7 or $8 for the Walking Dead table alone. Okay. So it's like roughly $5 per table.
All right.
In my book, totally worth it.
Yeah, because you want to switch around. You don't want to just be, over one table playing. I get to play it a little bit as well, and it was fun. Yeah. I liked all the distractions going on, and even in, like, the table itself, sometimes there's things that come out to, like, I don't know, make your ball go in a different direction that you didn't originally want to, and it's neat. Said. It gives it something a little more to
but is it
into
worth,
pinball.
It's worth $8 for just the one table, like The Walking Dead?
I mean...
Are they just banking on the name?
They're probably banking on the name.
Like, I mean, $3 I could get for certain tables, but I mean,
you could, if it sounds like kind of a premium price, it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, these things go on sale. You want to wait a little while? I'm sure you can get like the whole bundle for like $20 or $30 instead of $50. Yeah. But that's kind of the thing. It's like right now VR games. It's like everyone's clamoring for new ones. Yeah. And so I'm sure they were like, well, we can probably charge a little more. Yeah. And they got me. I'm like, absolutely.
Well, it sounds neat. You know, it absolutely sounds very interesting. At least for the initial $15 game, at least. If you don't have to. You don't want to buy more, you don't have to.
In my review, I actually went back to a few of the tables are like classic tables that you've played before.
Yeah.
So I went back to the original Zen Pinball 2 on PS4. Yeah. And I was comparing them side by side.
Yeah.
And I got to say, like, I was bored out of my mind playing it on the regular TV.
And that's after looking at the VR, of course.
Yeah.
Because, you know, before that, you're going to be like, all right, this is pretty neat, you know?
Yeah.
And then you put
it.
VR on, and it's, like, everywhere, and it's epic, and you're like, well, that game sucks. This
Right.
one's awesome.
In my book, Zen Pinball 2 was, like, the best pinball could ever get. I was like, nothing is going to ever be better than Zen Pinball 2. They've perfected video game pinball.
Yeah.
And then they
That's
went
really
and did
exciting.
VR pinball, and I'm like, oh no, they re-perfected it all over again.
They did it again.
Yeah, so great, props to Zen Studios who, full disclosure, they sent me the review code. I'm like, so I didn't actually pay $50, but I will say I would have, and I would have been very happy with that purchase.
Nice.
Very cool.
Are you ready?
My turn.
On your mark. Should we just give her 60?
Let it keep going.
Okay, on your mark, it's set.
Just hit start.
Yeah.
I just downloaded Lithium on PS4. So I'm going to talk about a non.
I was going to say, really?
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Take up a couple seconds of my time. That's fine. I don't mind. It is a horror gore game, and it's very similar to like Limbo, where you go through all the different like challenges and puzzles and what have you. I think they said something like there's over 200 puzzles that you have to go through, but you have more room to walk around, and you're going through this insane asylum. I have a really hard time saying that.
Sure. Good thing you gave the extra time.
As in,
it's in Salem Asylum.
As Inmate 39, I think, and it's neat. All these monsters are coming at you and certain things, and you have to figure out how to destroy them in such a way. And if you don't, you have to keep trying because you keep dying. And I think the coolest part I found out about that game is that actual people from like insane asylums.
Salem Asylums.
They actually took the drawings of like monsters from them and put it into the game.
Oh yeah.
So that was really cool. It makes it much more like a spookier.
It's a platform.
Spookier.
Platform game.
Like what? Like a 3D puzzle.
3D puzzle game.
Yeah.
3D puzzle.
Not really platforming, right?
No.
Yeah.
On a disc or is it download?
No, I downloaded it. So
Yeah.
it's just $9.99, wicked cheap. Totally worth every penny. I'm still playing it actually, and I'm having a lot of fun with it because I like, being challenged. And,
Lithium?
Yeah, Lithium. Yeah, so definitely should we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely we should.
Definitely we should.
Definitely
should we?
Definitely should we.
Should we or shouldn't we? That's
Should
what
we?
it is.
Yeah.
It's not we should or we should.
Sweet.
Awesome. Yeah, it's funny. I actually saw that on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, and I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I was like, maybe I'll get around to playing this, but unfortunately, too many VR games to play. And then it was like just a few days later, you were like, hey, I downloaded this game called Lithium. I was like, oh, good. Somebody can tell me if it's any good or not.
Yeah.
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 And he's really creepy who you play as, and I actually I pointed it out to you just for even a second, like you just put the controller down and just be doing something, and I went back to the TV, and his like neck, and he's hanging back, and he's actually looking at you from the TV, like even that was creepy alone. So, yeah, no, I liked it a lot.
Weird.
Yep. So hopefully
What
I'll be
if it's not
finishing
meant
that.
to do it and it doesn't happen to anybody? It was just you.
Right.
You know? No one's
And
like,
I'm never playing the game again.
that's never happened
We
to my
shouldn't.
character.
We should not.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, we have a couple viewer questions this week, I believe.
We do.
I do believe in fairies.
believe in fairies.
I do.
You're supposed to
I
clap,
should
right?
not put
Faster and faster?
I should not put
Is that how it
paper on
works?
that.
I think
heat
so, yeah.
over there.
Or maybe it was just in a rendition from one of the movies. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Tinkerbell. Clap, you know. I do believe
And
it.
glitter.
Yeah.
Nope. No glitter.
On.
Not happening.
All
He
right.
clapped in Hook.
Did
Clapton
you
Hook?
say Clapton Hook or
You said
Captain
Clapton
Hook?
Hook.
He clapped,
clapped.
in Hook.
In Hook.
Clapton Hook.
Clapton
Remember
Hook.
the
Clapton Hook.
Robin Williams movie?
the Robin
Clapton
Williams
Hook.
Hook? Dustin Hoffman as well.
Returning.
There you go.
And Julia Roberts was Tinkerbell.
All right.
Too many famous people. I won't watch it. That's my rule.
He gets bored easily.
I don't like actors that I recognize. That's just a thing. Sorry.
Question number 1. Sean from Tallahassee. This is just a short one. It's The Last Guardian on PS4 release date is December 6th, which viewing will be today. Did any of you pre-order?
That would be like next week, I think.
No?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
December 6th. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of, never
Yeah.
mind.
November 29th would be
That would be the
today.
other, yep. Fair enough.
I'm here for you.
It's all right.
Did any of you pre-order this game, and are you excited about it?
Did you pre-order?
I did, yeah, a while ago.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Right on.
Yep.
Looking forward to it?
Well,
Oh, wow.
Final Fantasy's
Nope.
coming out like a week earlier,
Yeah.
and I'm way more excited for that. Way more.
A little disappointed with the IGN score of 8.2, I believe, of Final Fantasy 15.
Don't matter.
No,
Yeah.
it does matter. But
Not to me.
no, here's the reason it matters. We've been waiting for Final Fantasy 15 for a decade.
Oh, for a very long
For a
time,
decade. Now, at what point did they go, oh yeah, an 8.2 is fine? Like, they knew how this game was going to review.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone at Square Enix. We've been waiting a decade.
And yeah,
This should be a perfect game.
you know, I wasn't
Right.
thinking
Yeah.
too much into it. I was just
Like, if
too
you have
excited.
this much time to work on it, then
Yeah.
why are we even...
Right. So, and I think that's a problem with a game that's been in development for so long, a la The Last Guardian, who's also been in development for a
Oh,
decade.
yeah, decade, yeah.
Right? So here's the deal. I'm super excited for it. I love Team Eco games. I think there's only been 2 actual ones,
Yeah.
right? 10 and 12
They were
years
both
ago.
amazing.
They were.
Yeah.
But they were like games of their time.
Yeah.
They were amazing on the PS2.
Yes.
And then even the HD updates on PS3
Yeah.
were like,
That's just all right.
they were good, but they
Yeah.
were like still aged. They were
Yes.
like, okay, these games
Still a little
feel
tough to
like
get through.
yeah, because they controlled like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
Even though they looked much better.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned that Team Eco hasn't grown with the times.
Yeah.
Now, that said, I canceled my pre-order for The Last Guardian
Oh, shit.
because recently the collector's edition became available for The
I
Last
saw
Guardian.
that today. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm like, when it was unavailable for so long, when it was sold out for so long, I
Yeah.
was like, man, if that comes up for pre-order again, I'm totally getting it.
How much is the collector's?
I think it's like something like 110 or something, but with the
Really?
Amazon discount, it's like closer to like 90.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right,
That's what I'm paying for Final Fantasy, so yeah, whatever.
it's a game I've waited a decade for.
Yeah.
I'll pay it, and I have no
it looks
expect-
really nice, too.
Does it?
The
Yeah.
collector's
The collector's
edition?
edition looks really nice.
What's it
yeah.
come with?
does.
Yeah.
A big crate.
Really?
I don't even care.
Christmas.
Yeah.
All
Stuff.
sorts of fun things.
The owl,
you know.
bird, man, dog thing.
All sorts of fun
Yeah.
things
He's in
that
there.
Bird dog.
you
tree
will
bird.
never
man,
open
yeah.
and play with because it's the collector's
Collectors, yeah.
edition.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, I think it'll look nice on the shelves with all the other collector's editions, and it's like I said, it's a game I've been waiting a long time for. I don't have any grand like expectations of it. Like I have actually a pretty bad feeling that it's going to be like a 6-hour game, and it's not going to be even that good.
I know.
But I'm like,
Is it supposed to only be 6 hours?
we just don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know anything. I
Okay.
can't wait to hear the story about like why this game took so long.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be
I'm
a
sure
very
there's-
interesting story behind it.
Yeah.
We thought it was canceled a
You
million
have
times
something
So
to
over.
say.
many times.
Yeah. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So
Interesting
he's
about
got it coming. I got
the
it
rating, though, considering how long. That sucks.
coming. Oh, on Final
no,
Fantasy
on
15.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that when I got to. I'm like, oh, and then I'm just like, you know what? I still really want to play it. You know?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah.
You're like, it's already pre-ordered. Let's do it.
And IGN though usually is pretty light on their reviews. They oftentimes give high reviews for almost everything. You know?
Yeah.
And they loved 12, which I loved 12 as well. And IGN always says how much they love 12.
But who is the reviewer on that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not a site that's reviewing it. It's a person.
People, yeah.
You know, so I usually find a reviewer that I like, and then and when I agree with that person, I always try to go back to that person for their take on the game.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
See who's, liking the same stuff that you are.
Exactly.
What you're looking for. Sure.
So that was Sean from Tallahassee.
Yep.
Thank you, Sean.
That was Sean.
We hope you like The Last
Thanks.
Guardian. We hope we like The Last Guardian. And we hope everyone likes Final Fantasy 15 as well. This is 20 years of development we've been waiting for these games.
Right. So, Gilbert from Arkansas.
Gilbert!
Gilbert from Arkansas.
Yeah!
Can we make a Gilbert grape joke, or is that
Gilbert, great. Hey, Gilbert. He could go at any time, Arnie.
You go at any time.
Arnie.
She could go at any time.
Oh, yeah, No, that was Arnie could go at any time.
Oh, I could go at any time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking the mother, right?
Yeah.
That's wrong. I haven't watched it in a long time. You probably don't even know what we're talking about.
I do.
Oh, good.
John C.
I do.
Reilly.
I
He
do
had to
too.
It's been a
reinforce the
long
floor.
time.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Oh, right.
They burned her in the house.
Burned her in the house.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Not alive. She was
Oh,
fucking
that was
dead.
so sad.
Oh, right. Yep.
They didn't want, it was
pretty
sad.
sure I
Yeah, they
cried.
didn't want her lifted out of with a crate and be all embarrassed, so they burnt her in the house.
Cremation.
Can you imagine the sizzling and the sludge that just spilled through the floor? She must have just stayed lit up for hours.
Do you think
the grease?
Do you think she'd be delicious?
Well, it depends to who. A cannibal? Yeah, probably really fatty and delicious, like a bacon.
Do you think people taste good?
I don't. I never thought about it.
I mean, I know what I eat. I can't imagine that's all translated into tasty meat.
They do say chicken, though, don't they?
Okay, speaking of...
Who are they?
All right, speaking of cremated, hold on. I have a side story totally for you guys. So today I was just browsing YouTube and I was watching, like, stupidest reasons people get arrested for whatever. I got there. I started somewhere way over here.
UFO sightings,
like, so
it
somehow
happens.
I got there.
Yeah.
And it played, and one of the things was these, like, robbers that went into this house and they were taking all this stuff, and then one of the things they took was this vase full of Coke. And they were so excited. A whole fucking vase full of cocaine.
Vase.
A vase full of cocaine. A
Vase,
if you
a
will.
vase. Someone of culture.
Filled with,
Someone of culture.
Filled with cocaine.
Filled with cocaine.
Okay, I want to make sure it wasn't a vase filled with Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And they brought it home, and they did a bunch of lines, and they snorted it all, and they realized that it was not cocaine. It was
Somebody's grandmother.
grandfather and dogs.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, but what color was this?
And then
What did
they
they think
thought
they were
about-
snorting dirt cocaine or something?
Yeah, it was stupid to say that. And then so they decided, they were like, oh, let's bring it back. And but they're like, no, our fingerprints will be on it. We'll get caught. So they didn't bring it back, and they like smashed it in the river or something like that. And and then of course they got caught because their fingerprints were on everything else. But just reminded me. I just watched it like an hour ago.
Right.
Pretty freaking gross though. How would you feel if you just like
Snorted a human
somebody-
remains?
and dogs, human and dogs,
And dogs.
Yeah, it was I guess like an uncle and 2 dogs or something like that.
I'd do it. Willingly.
So Gilbert
Well, it
from
depends how
Arkansas.
fine. If it was like rocks, wouldn't that hurt you?
Rocks?
Rocks? Why?
Like
If
Coke,
it- yeah.
Coke rocks. Coke rocks burn. Pop rocks burn too.
Pop rocks. Where have they been?
Oh my goodness.
On Thursday's episode.
Oh my
Stay
gosh.
tuned.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Yep.
Gilbert!
Okay, from Arkansas. Years back.
I killed it, Arnie. I mean, Gilbert. He
Gilbert,
said,
yep.
Yeah, he said
We're
Gilbert.
not doing this justice.
No, I'm sorry.
All right.
No. Years back, graphically, games were very basic, yet at the end of the day, it was still exciting to play whatever it was that you were playing. Nowadays, graphics are outstanding, but I don't feel like I don't find myself as submerged in games like I used to be. Do you feel that it's a sign of just growing up, or a sign that the quality of storytelling has somewhat diminished?
I don't think storytelling's diminished.
It's been getting pretty grandeur, actually.
Grandiose even.
Grandiose.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
You guys are both fired.
We've been... I've been fired many times. I think you have a few times.
After last week, you
Yeah.
almost got fired.
You never.
Yeah. No, I think you did say
You've
I was
never
fired.
I've quit a few times.
You have quit.
Yeah, there you go.
I quit right now,
quit.
actually.
Who's gonna edit the video?
Oh.
I don't know.
You're hired.
On
Damn it.
Yeah, just for editing.
Been trying to quit.
Clip, clip.
Snip, snip.
Snippy, snip, clip,
Yeah.
clip.
I don't believe in the whole feel like I'm growing up thing. Adults play video games.
Here's the problem.
Some bullshit.
This is just my take on it, of course. The
Yeah.
problem is when we were younger, we had better imaginations, and graphics were worse.
Yeah.
Right, so you had to kind of use your imagination, and
Yeah.
like that kind of like brings you into the game more.
Yeah.
And now things are getting so close to realism that you don't need to use your imagination. It's all just kind of presented
doing it
for
for
you.
you.
Right?
Yeah.
So and we sort of graphics gotten so better, so much better that we can't even appreciate how much better they've gotten because it's like it's almost unnoticeable now. Like it's like, oh, this game looks so much better than this game.
This one,
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. They all look really good.
For the when
Right.
they
Yeah.
go around, you know.
And so we're just kind of accustomed at this point to the better graphics and like we expect good storytelling, you know. So like when we only notice really when things aren't as good as they should be. We don't notice when they
But
are
even
good.
as
We just
a-
notice when they're bad.
Yeah.
But even as a kid, everything's so new to you. I mean, everything's you're seeing it for the first time.
Well, that's it,
No
too.
matter what system you pick up, it's probably going to be really cool.
Yeah.
No matter how shitty it is.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's all, yeah.
I agree with that. Where it just seems like you almost get so used to it. It was more new, you know what I mean, when you were younger.
Totally.
And then it just, grew up with you, and and you get just used to it being around. So I think that magic of it dissipated. And, of course, getting older is part of that wearing out just because you're getting used to it and been around longer. But certain things definitely spark the interest in me.
Your standards are becoming much higher, too.
I think so.
Your standards are kind of down here as a child versus...
Everything was amazing. Like any Zelda, I still get excited for, just like when I was younger. You know?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, very excited. Shin Megamis, I do get excited for the RPG, like the console, not the DS ones that much. But anyways.
VR, I think, is the exception to all this.
Yeah.
VR changed my perception on what, like, I couldn't get excited about games anymore. Like, I was sort of losing my luster for, like, this is exciting and this is cool. It's like a new game would come out and I'd almost be like, oh, jeez.
Starting to get a little bored.
This is going to be, like, the next 100 hours of my life devoted to this disc right here.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, and I was getting a little bit...
that's why I didn't buy Skyrim today.
Yeah, $25 on Amazon.
You did. Yeah.
But yeah, like...
So,
I might regret
but
that.
you put the VR helmet on,
Yeah.
and it's like a brand new world, literally. It's like...
Yeah.
This is
brand
new.
World,
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I've kind of rediscovered my love of games, and I mean, obviously the fidelity graphically, not awesome in VR,
Not yet.
but it
will someday.
But the experience, is something like I've never done before, and I feel like a kid again.
You know, what's funny about that is that Resident Evil and games I've always looked forward to playing a certain game. There's a few per year, and that's it. And I get very excited to play them. Resident Evil, newer ones, 5 and 6, no. 4 was amazing, and all of them prior.
Yep.
Anyway, so 7, I am very excited for. But I was very excited, and now, because of VR and experiencing that demo and realizing you can play the whole game in VR, I have never been like this for a game, but I am very excited, and I'm fucking nervous and scared to play it because I know I'm going to play it, and I'm nervous to be in there doing it because it really is
It's going to scare the crap out of you.
Yeah.
One of our viewers, apparently, got to play it at a I want to say a Sony convention. Got to play a little piece of Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Nice.
And said that unlike Here They Lie in a lot of the other first-person games, Capcom has made it so that it does not give you motion sickness. So you should be able... It sounds like you might be able to play it for extended periods of time, too.
Yeah. I always find I have to take the VR set off my head after a while.
Just because weird walking around when you're not walking around.
Yeah. But then you take it off and you're like, whoa, what's going on? Not with every game, but for, I would actually say just more longer periods of time, really. Yeah. But, so that's exciting to hear.
It affects everybody differently, too, of course. My mom tried VR for the first time this week.
Oh,
I should have been videotaping that. She almost fell off the couch playing Drive Club VR.
She did one of those things like they showed in the early stages where people like, oh, then season out.
She was laughing and I think crying and falling off the couch like in hysterics.
Isn't she like it's too real?
Like
right?
during the menu screens and stuff, she was like reaching out and being like, "Oh, that waterfall looks so real," and she was like trying to touch it. and then the car was like, she's like, "Oh, look at that car." She was like trying to touch it, and then the second she hit the gas, it was like, oh no! It was just fucking game over at that point. Right? And then she was like literally sick to her stomach for the next hour. After she took it off, So it only took a few minutes for it to affect her.
I was gonna say any chance to get her to come back and play again, but not if you're sick for an hour.
I wonder.
Pass on that.
See,
Racing was pretty extreme to start with.
Well, I figured a car was something everyone was familiar with. I know, she could control the speed.
Such an extreme.
I know, I screwed up. I feel like maybe something like Super Hypercube would have been a better idea.
The shooting gallery, I think, would have been a good idea. Just standing there doing this.
Yeah.
Honestly, the arcade game that I was just playing 2 seconds ago,
that
Carnival games, by all means, it's so easy. You just you're standing still, so you're not moving. Maybe that would have been a better.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. My dad tried it next. He did Drive Club, no problem. He did Eagle Flight, no problem. And then he did Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. No
Which
problem.
Is my favorite.
And it actually was his favorite too. I thought I could convince him to get a PlayStation 4 and PSVR, but he is not happening. Dude, the sale's crazy. Sale on Amazon today, or it was Cyber Monday.
Was it? I don't know.
It's like $220 for the Uncharted 4 PlayStation 4 bundle.
Wow.
I was like, holy crap, that's like a $180 PlayStation 4 with a $40 game. $220. I was like, I just want to buy one to have another one laying around here.
For that price.
Right?
Anyway, do we have any more viewer questions?
I do actually. I have one more viewer question.
All right, let's handle this.
We have 3 this week. Fantastic. Kathleen from Framingham.
Kathleen. She wants to be called
stars.
Kathy. She would have written that.
You are the northern lights.
Kathleen.
I'm ready.
Thank you, Josh Ritter.
Anytime.
Hey, Midnight Gamecast.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Kathleen.
How We Soar on VR will be coming out November 29th.
Today.
Flying seems to be a popular theme in VR, similar to Eagle Flight, but instead of playing as an eagle, you are on the back of a giant phoenix and you get to explore an enchanted world. My question for you guys is, what do you think do you think that we will be seeing a lot more flight games in the near future, and do you think the feeling will eventually lose its appeal?
9/11 plane simulator.
Oh, jeez.
Was that too soon? What? What? Try. What?
Oh my god.
Is that not what we were talking about? Flying simulators.
Is it time for
Anyhow.
True or False yet?
Maybe. I think flying is like one of the greatest things about VR.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get sick of that.
Not anytime soon, anyways.
Like in most games, we do
and then
have
you want to keep trying new ones too,
Right?
like,
Yeah.
different ways in doing it.
It makes you want to do games you'd never wanted to play, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle flight. Like if that was
Like,
on a regular.
Yeah, who the
when
fuck
when
would
would you
wanna fly around
ever
in a
play
bird's eye view?
Eagle Flight?
Literally.
Ooh, cool, Eagle Flight. And now you're like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
you know?
really.
Yeah, kind of
It
the
is
case.
Oh, I gotta go back and race those tunnels again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to get old in VR anytime soon. It is strange that we have like 2 games that are like one you're an eagle and one you're flying on the back of a what is it? Phoenix.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
just read it. And I was like,
And they do seem like very different games, but it's a little bit funny that we get 2 of them so close to each other.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we'll see. It should be very different, though. I mean,
We'll see.
we shall see.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall.
Thank you, Kathleen. To the answer to your question, we don't know.
I guess one flight game at a time. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's it for the weekly wrap up.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
quite a wrap up.
Yeah, that was a long.
Very
Let's
long
wrap this
one.
up, guys.
Wrap
Comment.
it the fuck.
Make sure you comment
Up.
below. Let us know what you think of Final Fantasy 15, because that's probably what everyone's gonna be playing when this video goes up. Let us know. Let us know if you're not playing it, why not? If you are playing it, tell us why you didn't cancel your pre-order. Or if 10 years was too long to wait. I'm not trying to be negative. It just comes naturally.
Negative
I'm
Nancy.
getting it.
All right. For the Midnight Gamescast, I'm Brian Paul. This is Jeremy. That's Michelle. And we will see you tomorrow for the best 20 minutes of your week. Video game, true or false?
Boop, boop.
Boop. Boop, boop,
That,
boop.
that was a doozy.
That was a long wrap up.